After Trump got elected, all these
Sashi Muki Jokshing Metok Tram Rira Lingshin Yende Gembadi Sange Shingdu Mikte Uargi Jokun Nanda Shingla Juparsho Idam Guru Ratna Mandala Kandiryatayami Sangye Shudam Sogi Chodnam La Jamchu Bardu Dagni Kapsuchi Dagi Chunyen Gipe Sunam Ki Jola Benchir Sangye Druparsho Sangye Shudam Sogi Choknam La Jamchu Bardu Dagni Gyapsuchi Dagi Chunyen Gipe Sunam Ki Drola Benchir Sangye Druparsho Sangye Shudam Sogi Choknam La Jamchu Bardu Dagni Gyapsuchi Dagi Chunyen Gipe Sunam Ki Drola Benchir Sangye Drupar Sho.
Uh-oh, everybody can see what I'm doing. I guess I won't look up the tailor. What is that guy's name?
Who?
A good tailor.
Bali, I think.
Yeah,
Bali.
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 Find out if he's available on the way or. But remind me to try it on. If it's really bad, I don't even have to go. I could just throw it out directly.
Oh, I see. So you want to stop on the way? Seriously?
Or on the way home. Okay. Find out how late he's open. Okay.
Right.
It's a 2-minute job.
He closes early, so.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
Oh boy. Alright.
You want to read?
Sure. Delandir idang kunshi sawe di che pala sum tenshu sum pa la njuk pe yan lak sum pa nu
No.
nu
No.
nu
No. Closure in the back of the mouth. No. Good.
Detar chinpe solo.
Nice. Okay. So the only word we need here is chippa.
To cut.
Human dictionary.
True.
Your mom called you a word? Somebody called you a word. It was intelligent.
Edward.
Chippa, that's spelling chippa. Without the O, it's to cut. Like Dorji chippa, chippa. Parche, cuts in between.
Division.
This is the past tense of, or a tense of, bao shadashi.
Oh, explained?
Yeah,
Right.
explain.
Oh.
Okay, this is a tense of the verb shippa. Okay, like sharawa and charawa.
Okay.
There's
Appear.
precedence. So, in my explanation of the root text for negative and foundation consciousness, okay, Diladir is a seguizer.
At this point.
Diladir, now on this point,
Mm-hmm.
okay, and now, it's a now, Diladir, and having finished my little poems to my lamas and stuff,
Right.
let's get on with it. And now, okay, my explanation of Tsongkhapa's text, okay, is gonna have 3 parts.
Mm-hmm.
Jupe Yenlak means sort of like elements that have to do with undertaking the composition. Elements that have to do with undertaking the composition.
Okay.
So Tsomba means to composition. Jukpa means undertaking. And Yenlak means elements in Sugeng's text, Yenlak always means
Link.
link of dependent or dependence, but in your text, in this text, it just means a component or an element of an explanation component. And there are certain required elements, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like a prostration, like a chija, and like a sombar damchawa. What's sombar damchawa? Damcha? Yeah, pledge to write the book. I will die or finish this book. I think I'm gonna die before I finish a lot of them once. I have 31 books in progress. Okay, Tsombala Jubilee. Then the Tsombanga, the actual composition of Tsongkhapa's book. So who's doing the Jupala, the Tsomba?
Our author.
Tsongkhapa. It's Tsongkhapa. You see, he's commenting on how Tsongkhapa gets into.
Oh, he's commenting on Tsongkhapa's.
Yeah. And then he comments on how Tsongkhapa himself actually writes the book.
Okay.
And then he comments on how he wraps it up. Tarchimba here means wraps up the book. Okay, how he, and it's always an unbalanced outline. Why?
Because the main body is.
Yeah. This is 100 times longer than the other two, but Tibetan outlining doesn't consider that. Okay. They're equal weight in the outline. One is half a page, the other's half a page, the other's 100 pages. Okay. So Dambalani.
First of the two parts.
First of the three parts has two parts. Okay, what's the first of three parts?
The accessories
Well, the components, or I don't know.
to complete.
Parts which relate to undertaking the composition.
Mm-hmm.
That has two parts, these are totally predictable. These are normal. Chupa Jupa. I like to translate as offering of praise.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to praise somebody.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then he's going to Tsombar Damchawa. He will promise to complete the work. Okay. I put in the lines he was talking about, and I propose that for your text, we split them according to meaning and not by lines.
Mm-hmm.
Because Tsongkhapa does. He has a special marker, watch. He has this marker, and he's going to use it for even half lines.
Yeah, like the Sabin one.
Yeah, like here it's 3.
Mm-hmm.
And here it's 4.5. You see?
Okay.
And then he cuts it. So I propose we give them each numbers according to Tsongkhapa.
Okay.
How Tsongkhapa split it. Normally it would be like, verse 1, verse 2, verse 3. It's not going to be like that. It's not shlokas. It's just pieces. Okay.
Right.
Okay. We covered this already in your other commentary. Whose commentary was that?
Tsongkhapa's.
Yeah. I was trying to trick you, but you didn't fall for it. So we don't have to go too fast, too slow.
Yeah.
Let's read the commentary. Word is also gonna underline all the. Okay.
Yeah, I already did.
I know.
Yeah.
Gal. So it's gonna go like I propose like this. Because if you use, you can't see it there, but here. Okay, like that. I propose underline.
Okay.
Because parentheses might be used for yikchum, for half-size letters. Okay. It's already a standard in ACIP that we use parentheses for half-size letters. Okay. Damoni, what happened?
Undo.
Okay. Now, he starts commenting right away, and he's good. So I don't know him. This is the first time I ever met him, but I think he's hot. I think he does a good job. Okay, he jumps right into explaining. Okay, so Tsongkhapa's text starts with Gyawa.
Victors.
Yeah, victors. And then right away, our in fact, I shouldn't have done this one. Right away, our commentator says they are victors because Dushe Legyo.
They defeated the four enemies, or the enemy.
Four demons.
Yeah, they have won the victory over the four demons.
Yeah. Footnote.
Footnote. You need it, or you can do it.
Do I know that?
Can you find them and chop them out of somewhere?
They're an art.
What do you want to try?
They're an art.
Come on.
Supposed to keep that.
No, I mean find them in the database.
Oh, we can find them.
It's not that hard.
We can do she knee maybe.
What's a cheap way to find something? A list.
Put a knee after it.
Oh, great. Now, it's not always productive, but it's fast.
Yeah.
Okay, so first try that. Dushini.
That first one got 8.
Say again?
Maybe wrong.
It's not. It's just the way my computer shows up on the
Really?
screen. Yeah, I'm sorry.
No problem. No.
Okay. Dushini. So maybe somebody made a list. Here's the four demons.
Yeah.
So they are called Jinna.
It's really the demons are?
No,
Victors.
Victor.
Yeah.
Like Jai Ram, Jai Ram.
Yeah.
Jai is the root. J is the root. Jinna means victor. And he glosses it right away. He says, Tsongkhapa's book starts out with the word victor. And because they are victors over the four demons. So we want to make a footnote with the four demons. Okay. So sometimes a list will be given before NI. It means here are the four blah blah. Here are the four Arya truths. Here are the 5 paths.
Cool.
Sometimes, not always. Wah, wah. Oh, here we go. Yeah, there we go. Okay. This is a commentary on Bhairava practice. Okay.
That's them.
Yeah, I'm only finding it in Byron.
Okay. Now I happen to know that this footnote is a challenge, okay, and because of the fourth one.
Yeah, it's tricky, but I know about it.
Yeah. Okay. So you can choose to stop here. Apparently, you have six possibilities. Okay. Anyway, give me the first one.
Pungpoi do
Which is what?
the demon of heaps,
The demon of your sakche pumbos.
impure parts.
Yeah, because when you purify them, they're not a demon anymore.
Right.
Okay. But he didn't say impure, but it's understood.
Sure.
Okay. Then Nyomo.
Mental afflictions.
Yeah. Now I warn you. There's a difference between Nyomo and Nyomo Ba,
Oh.
Mental affliction and mental affliction.
and it's important in the Abhidharma.
Okay.
It's not always important. Yeah. One is negative emotions, and the second one is anything to do with with the negative emotions. So this table, is it Nyomo?
No, but it's not Nongpa.
Why is it not Nyomo?
Because it's not in your mind.
Yeah, it's not a thing.
It doesn't think. I like her
It's
answer.
not aware.
Yeah, it's not aware. I don't think so. Ow, ow.
Okay.
Okay.
Stop putting stuff on me!
Okay, but is it Nyomo Ba?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, or Nyomo
Yes,
Chen?
thinking about
Nyomo Chen in the Abhidharma.
Okay, yeah.
Is it Kleshik? Does it have to do? Yeah, it was produced by. Why? Because I like it. It's the second kind of suffering. Okay, got it? All right. So, sometimes it's significant, sometimes it's not.
Okay.
So that's up to you. Chidakidu,
Of death.
yeah, Lord of Death. And Saibu,
The demon of youth, or thinking that you're not gonna die and you are.
no, and this is it's weird, and it takes a lot of research. It's the demon of the,
Eternal youth?
the first time I saw it, I was just out of a Christian church. you know, and it's the demon of the Son of God.
Yeah, yeah.
And I was like, oh my gosh, you know, I don't know if I can stay here. But what it means is there's a certain being, I forget his name. Anyway, it tends to distract you from meaningful things. And that's called Saipu. Okay? So it'd be nice to have a footnote where they actually treat the Saipu. Okay? I might have one in Tsongkhapa. Let me see. Okay, I beg your indulgence.
Steal one from TCS 6 or 5.
Which is illumination.
Shouldn't you have in your alarm room notes, Geshe-la? Because it came up.
Did it?
Yeah.
Oh, it might be in the alarm room, right?
Yeah. In the
I
book.
just remember doing it recently.
Okay.
Okay, I haven't touched this translation since May. Oh, not so bad.
Oh,
What is that?
Yeah, I hear it. Okay.
Deva Sutra Mantra.
Oh.
Cool.
Interesting.
Yeah. That's a. Did you find one?
Yeah, they say it's the son of Kama.
Some of what?
Kama, the
Oh,
god
okay.
of love.
Okay. Anyway, here's. I went and did a little study of it when I was doing that book. Okay, so you can
Kama Deva.
get this. Okay.
Okay.
It's also called Garab Wangchuk. Okay. You
Garab
might
Wangchuk.
sometimes see this Garab Wangchuk. Okay. Okay. So anyway, those are the 4 demons. So they are genus because they have defeated the 4 demons. Now he's not going to let it go. He's going to do the second word. Sorry. This one. Gyalwe Se.
Sons of the victor.
Yeah,
Children.
son or daughter, please.
Children of the victor.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. I like son or daughter sometimes because it's kind of...
Poetical.
Particularly inclusive.
Well, because Buddhism is so... It's not anti-woman, but it's so unwoman that I think it's nice to throw some in there whenever appropriate, whenever it's true.
And children?
Mm.
I mean, versus children, I'm just curious.
I just think son or daughter is more encouraging for a woman
Oh,
than children, you know. Okay, and maybe that'll change culturally in a few decades, but
gays and...
It's
you know,
happening.
transgender
Dushin the Gyawe
and
now.
all that.
so this way now is indicates a Sikshi. Victors
Oh.
who are so called because, okay, so don't forget to hit that. And Seisu Joksul, if you're gonna say somebody is a children of somebody, there's several different ways, 3 different ways. Okay, there's 3 different senses in which you can be someone's child, and he's gonna talk about them. Okay.
Where's the 3?
Well, between the sum and the la, there's 3. I'm gonna go through them.
Oh.
Okay.
In the middle.
Okay, there's 3 different ways in which you might be the child of a victor. Okay. Number 1, you know, how do you decide someone is a sei? Well, number 1, there's rig.
Family.
By being in the same family.
Yeah,
Child.
yeah. Genetic. Genus, right? Sungle Kyepa.
What if they're from the word?
This is an allusion to the Majjhimakarvatara, where children are said to be born from the speech of the Buddha. Okay, from the teaching,
Listeners, it's
born of the
come from
teaching.
Buddhists.
Yeah. And then the ultimate way to be a child of the ultimate way to be adopted by the Buddhists is to get bodhicitta,
Right.
and then they think of you as their child. Okay, so these are 3 different ways in which you could be a child of the Buddha. By birth, by qualities that you develop from what they teach you, and then finally just by having a certain attitude. And that's discussed in the Illumination. You can look up the English. Okay, Adam can direct you to it.
Okay.
Gone means through those different ways.
Yeah.
Jo, it is established. Okay, sumne, chiriki gone is a shopping union chance and connection bedusha. Chiriki gone means whichever it may be. Okay, chiriki gone, whichever may be appropriate in the context. Okay, Gyalway says of shock. People who are said to be children of the victors, Nyen Rang Cham Sem. Okay.
Listeners, self-made Buddhism, Bodhisattva.
Yeah. So our listeners, what we normally refer to when we say children of the Buddha,
Not known.
not normally, but in the Majjhimakamattara they are,
They are born
because
of
they
the
are
speech.
born of the speech of the Buddha. Yeah. Okay. They have come out of the Buddha's womb. Are you cold? You must be cold. Can you fan it and not air condition it?
From the opening lines of the Majjhima.
Yeah, you can go check that. Okay. So this is past tense of joke. Shock is past tense of joke. Who got to be established as children of the Buddhas includes 3: Nyen, Rangs, and Changsems. Okay. And oftentimes the first two refer to arhats of that class, not just to somebody who started yesterday. Listeners, self-made Buddhas. I used to object to self-made Buddhas, and then, after reading Tsongkhapa's long explanation, it's okay. But lowercase b, he makes it a point. Semna, Kangne Shepa, via which they have traveled, the road along which they have traveled. Okay. Shul. We had shul before. Or was it?
It's in the root text, I think.
It is the root text.
think
But
it's
how
the
did we translate it before?
Let me check.
Yeah. I think it means to follow the footsteps.
The
But
road.
did I just say road?
No.
Oh,
Footsteps. Footsteps are on the road.
Road. Okay, let's say road. Is that okay with you?
Yes.
Is that what we used before? I
Let me see.
mean, Sikh is more. I trust
We
Sikh
put the
more.
pure path.
Is it?
That's what we put.
Okay, good. Okay, let's leave it there. Tepa sum lam de dan chepa rangi jujan chete nepa kadena sundam. So we covered the first line. The path along which the victors and their children have traveled. Okay. Leksum. Well
Well
spoken.
spoken. Yep.
Now he's going to define Leksum. Tepa sum gilam debu dan chepa.
The three vehicles.
Yeah, the path of the 3 vehicles, along with the
results
of those paths, or the goals of those paths. Rangi Jichachete, which treats as its subject matter. Okay, which treats as its subject matter. Lekbar Sumbe Ka, the well-spoken
words of the Buddha.
words, which are contained in the Dainasum.
3 baskets.
Good. Trip Pitaka. Chipitaka. Trip Pitaka. So that's the books which give expression to an idea. Okay? The books which give expression to an idea. Like, very much similar to... Yeah, the books of Abhidharma, which express Abhidharma. Okay? So these are the expressors, and now he's turning to the expressed. What's expressed by them? De Joja.
that's for that subject.
Well, the topics which they express. So they here means that 3 baskets. those three baskets is the subject matter, content. Nghe leksu dupe lam. Ngepa lekpa is a technical term. It means a definite good.
Okay.
Definite good. And mainly it refers to nirvana and Buddhahood. Okay. But it's a technical word that means nirvana and Buddhahood. Definite good. Certain goodness. Drupa lam, the path for traveling there. So drupa means to travel, or to go to some place. So the path by which we can travel to definite good, jitawat shin, as it really is. Okay, as it really is. Tuksu chut. This is an ancient expression and a high honorific for tokpa, with an S.
As realized with the Buddhas, the heart of the Buddhas.
It just means they have grasped with their holy minds. Okay, tuksuchut, I mean, it's an idiom. You should put it in your idiom. Yeah, tuksuchut. Okay, grasp. And it implies a total grasp. Okay, tuksuchut. Chune, having grasped that, I think we finished the second line. Yeah, okay. They have grasped exactly as it is the excellent path, okay, and the excellent speech, okay. Duja Namla. Now, he's going to distinguish between Ngo and Kepar. In Sugang's text, we had Chuki Kepar this morning, but it was a long time ago.
Quality.
Yeah,
Features.
the qualities, the features, as opposed to Ngo.
The essence.
Yeah, so here's the essence, and here's the details.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this is the dress, this is the shoes and the purse and the belt.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, this is the essence of it, and these are the details. Essence and details, okay. So, Doja,
Students, disciples.
yeah, 2 disciples, teaches the essence Manorwa,
Unmistaken,
yeah, without error, and teaches the details without Depa.
unadulterated.
This means mixed up.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Dre. Yeah.
Day means to be mixed up, okay? They're in the proper order. They're not confused with each other. They're distinct from each other, and they're in the proper order. That's Mandirpa. Without being mixed up. In Sanskrit, mish.
Oh,
Melange comes from that.
M-
Yeah,
mix.
mish. Mix.
Mush.
Mix comes from that.
and match.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Masala.
Mandirpa,
Probably.
they teach it, okay? Tumba Ze. The Ze makes it high honorific,
Yeah.
okay? Tumba Ze.
We skipped
How much they teach it, Yonsu Do.
complete.
In its entirety. No, they teach the essence, they teach the details, they don't make a mistake on the essence, they don't mix up the details, and they teach it all in its entirety. Okay. Who is that? Kepe Nangne. I think we just finished another line, I'm betting. Yep. Okay. So, what's the Manor refer to?
What?
I can take a T.
Unadulterated? That's
Yeah.
the.
No, but what's
not
yeah, the Ngo.
I'm mistaken.
The essence of the teaching. So
what
our
do you-
author wants us to differentiate.
Oh, I see.
Okay, they are not mistaken in the Ngo, in the essence of the teaching.
Not
They don't mix things up
in the Keva.
Yeah, in the detail.
in the details, and they Yongsu Zopatumba. He puts Yongsu Zopatumba.
Right.
They teach it in its entirety. They don't leave anything out.
Really.
Wow.
Who is that? Okay, who is that? He says Kepe Kepa.
The Buddhist scholar.
Okay, Kepe Kepa.
Scholar of scholars.
The wise of, the sages of sages.
Sage of sages.
Sage of sages. Okay. but he stretches it out. He's trying desperately to look like he's writing a commentary. Highest of sages among all sages. There's that Nung name again.
Oh.
Highest of sages among all sages.
Of all,
The root text just says
Kepa.
sages of sages. Sage of sages. And he says, highest among all sages. He wants to comment.
Yeah.
It's irritating now, it'll save our life later, and that's why we started over again on his text.
Right.
Because he is helpful later. His comments later are priceless. Very valuable. Invaluable. I can't translate it without him. But here is just kind of irritating.
But overkill kind of beats.
Yeah, he wants to be a commenter.
Yeah.
It's like footnotes where you don't need footnotes. Okay. Now, I like this author because he identifies some of the kepa. He has the courage to name names. Okay? He has the courage to name actual people. Who's he talking about here? Who's Tsongkhapa talking about? Well, first of all, Chuje Dundur Rinchen. Okay, Dharma Lord Dundur Rinchen, who was Tsongkhapa's first real teacher when he was a kid. Okay, and I think he even predicted his birth. Okay, all right. Can you turn off the air? Or turn off the air conditioning part. Okay, and if you want to know more about him,
It's in your
get
book.
this big red book for $100.
Supplies last.
But he had a dream about Tsongkhapa coming and stuff like that. So and then he was his very dear early lama when he was a kid, before he went west on his adventure. And this person, you know, yeah, Lord Randawa, okay, Randawa, who was a Sakya scholar. I believe he's older than Tsongkhapa, and was his teacher for many years, and later became his student, which is very unusual. Okay, so Dundur Pinchen, J. Randawa, etc. Okay, J. This J means Je Tsongkhapa. Okay, Rangi Yongzin. Yongzin is the high honorific for
The teacher?
personal teacher. Personal teachers. There's two Yongzins.
For Dharma.
Yeah, in Tibet. In Tibet, the Dalai Lama has two teachers. They call senior tutor and junior tutor, but they're both called Yongzin. Yongsu Zimba takes real care of them. Takes total care of them. Okay, Yongzin. Yeah, and forever after they keep that title. They keep that title forever after. Like Yongzin Yoshi Gyaltsen, or the person who wrote the Dura that they use.
Yongtsen Dura.
Yeah, who is that? Purbuchok. Yeah. Okay, Purbuchok. So they get called, and Yongzin is a long subject in the Abhisamalankara. There's a whole section called Yongzin. Who is a teacher? What is a teacher? What are their qualities? So there's a subject, there's a section called Yongzin. Okay. Anyway, so he's using a super high word for Tsongkhapa's teachers. He's using the word you would reserve for the teachers of the Dalai Lama. So he's making a statement about who is Tsongkhapa.
Teacher of the first Dalai Lama.
Okay. Well, he's just saying his own, high tutors or whatever. You gotta find a word. Denamla, Chaksal, what's go?
Head.
Yeah, with his head. Go wo is the same as go. With his head, he bows down to them. Okay. The root text says good Chaksal. Our commentator wants you to know what it means when somebody uses their head. Okay. What's it mean when they use their head? Shintu Kupa. Shintu, not Kupa. Kupa.
Very respectful.
Mega
Yeah,
respect.
super respect. Not Kupa. Okay, Shintu Kupa. Timbao means it is indicating, here at Tumba means indicating, the expression, quote, here's the quotation mark, she, okay, that's the quotation mark. We always know where the quotation mark ends, we never know where it starts. Okay, in Tibetan, they only put it at the end. So he bows down with his head, quote, means, Tenba means with great respect, with extreme respect, extreme Shinto. All right, we have completed the Chujit.
Okay.
Okay, what's that?
Offering.
Who did he offer it to, according to this person?
Jason Kappa.
This is
No.
Jason Kappa
Jason
offering
Kappa.
to
Jason
his
Kappa
teachers.
offered to his teachers.
Yeah. So according to this commentator, he's bowing down to somebody who grasped the total path, which was expressed, and followed by all the Buddhas and all the children of the Buddhas, okay? And that they did it unmistakably, unmixed-uply, and in its totality, okay? These sages among sages, and he names 2 names. And then he says, etc. Okay. Who else could he have put?
Lama Umapa.
Umapa's one that comes to mind. Who?
Manjushri.
Manjushri. That's a good point.
So it's 4 minutes.
Okay. Nipa. So, yeah. The next part, the second part, is supposed to be Tsombar Tamchawa. Pledge to write the book. Yeah. Okay. Namru Shin. Okay, let's go to the. Now the root text says Namrik, which just means consciousness. Nambarikpa. And our commentator spreads it out and sprinkles in a few more words, and he's good at it, and we appreciate it. Nambarikpa Tsam.
Some?
Nice.
Tsam. Yeah. He caught the Tsam. You see? Sometimes they're called Namrikpas. But he makes a joke. He says, let's call them mine only.
Conceptualists only?
Yeah, okay. He's being cute. He's mixing the word mind only, matra, with Vijñapti Vadan.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, Samgi. By the way, he is so poetic that I stopped several times to split up his lines.
Oh, really?
And I noticed the meter didn't match. You see? He's so poetic. His flow is so poetic that I thought he was making long line verses. But then I counted, and this one's 16, this one's 18, this one's 15. And I said, he's not. He's just poetic. He's a poetic writer. It sounds like poetry. It's especially like this part here, but it doesn't work out. The meter doesn't work out. And I think he's just really poetic. I think he's a great writer. Nambar Patsam Gishungi Dun. Okay.
The major works of the Mind-only school.
Yeah, good. Shinduk Toka.
The very realized, the difficult points that are hard to realize.
Yeah. Sheijin ne. Toka wa sheijin ne. Knowable thing, really. Knowable subject. Okay. The
subject which is very difficult to understand.
Yeah. He adds, see how he has sprinkled words in the first line? He's just sprinkling extra words of explanation in the first line. Okay. Namrikpa he changed to Namrikpa Tsam. Shung he changed to Shungidun. The meaning of those scriptures. Shintuka.
Shintutoka.
Yeah, very difficult. He changed to difficult to understand. And then Kawene, difficult points. Yeah, he said difficult points to understand. Okay, he's just expanding on the verse. Okay. Nyenyi dan kunshi number shak. now he, instead of saying Yidun Kunshi, which is what Tsongkhapa has done so far,
Mm-hmm.
here's the first time someone has the
Gall.
politeness to tell us that Yi was Nyunyi,
Mm-hmm.
which otherwise we would never normally know. Okay, for some reason, Tsongkhapa called his book Mind and Foundation Consciousness, when it's really negative consciousness and foundation consciousness. He never used the word negative until now. The commentator used it. Okay, why Tsongkhapa didn't use it in the title of his book, I don't know. But it made life hard for many people. Okay, so it's not Yiden Kunshi, it's Nyun Yiden Kunshi. Okay, so never forget.
No one wanted to write a commentary on it.
Yeah. This Nyun Yiden Kunshi, Namsha means presentation.
Mm-hmm.
All about blah. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Shenla Sawar Temba.
It clears.
Teach it to others clearly.
Teach
Okay.
it to clearly.
In a
I
clear
see.
way.
I see.
Now, Tsongkhapa is listing the reasons why he's writing a commentary. Here's the first one. What? I want to make these difficult points clear to other people. Okay? Alright? I want to make these difficult points about mind-only school clear to other people. That's the first reason why I'm writing this book. Next. Dag ni ki kyang tsu nang tsu la ngan ngepan nam je ki tokbe.
To make apparent things that I were certain of before but have forgotten now.
Mark this word, nang tsu. Okay? Go back to the colophon that I found for you in St. Petersburg. Right. Where is that? Here. Ranki Kotsu. Nangso. Oh, I take it back. Anyway, it's the same as Nangso. As you know, what I understood.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what I got from it. Okay. Ngar Nepanam means Nangsa la ngar nep. He's being Kembakyung, anybody?
He's being humble about
Yeah,
his
good.
knowledge.
He's saying, what I got before, what I understood from this subject, okay, Nangtsul means, as far as I understood,
Mm-hmm.
it's an expression of humility. Like I'm no big expert, but as far as I understood, what I've understood so far in my life, I was afraid I would J.
Forget.
Yeah, Dokpa. Dokpa is a very important Tibetan word, and it means to have a suspicion, to be paranoid, to be afraid you're going to forget something. So here it's kind of a innocent, J Dokpa means I was afraid I would forget. But Namto Topa Sa, it's called eating a Dokpa in modern colloquial, and it means specifically to be paranoid. Okay, or to be suspicious that someone is trying to hurt you. Okay, so here it's more innocent. It's like I was afraid I would forget. Okay, so Tokpe, and in order to chirdu, in order to refresh my memory on a later date. Okay, chisu. Okay.
Shisu, later.
Yeah. In order to be able to refresh my memory at a later date, I took notes, or I wrote down things, okay? And here's the original line. Dakni Jamba Soracharichir, to refresh my memory, to keep my memory fresh. It's almost like he's writing a commentary so he doesn't forget what he understood so far. Okay, which is a good way not to forget what you understood so far. Okay. And by the way, let's go one more line and we're done. Okay. We're a little bit over, which is very unusual. This September Sora Chacha. Tome Kuche Ki Shundin Dang Dun Sang Sheja So Dang Lame Sung Na Tenet Sawa De Shejo. I will rely upon different sources of information. What?
Asanga.
Tome Kuche.
The holy Asanga.
Kuche means what? You know?
brothers.
Yeah, it means the
The
twin.
twins.
It means twins.
The Asanga twins.
Okay. And there's a couple of famous kuches. Well, sometimes Modgalyayana and Sharput are called
that's
kuches,
cool.
but they're not. But these two were half brothers. Okay, so why an Asanga gets his name mentioned in Vasabandhu?
Throw more
They always say the Asanga twins. They never say the Asanga Vasabandhu twins. Just so be aware, when you see the Asanga twins, it's they're treating Asanga as the older brother. The Asanga twins, their shungs, I used their texts, their classics, and I used the Dunsang Shejar. Okay.
Secret explanations of secret meaning?
Dunsang is a commentary on the mind-only school.
Hmm.
Yeah, the secret meaning, and it's by Vasabandhu.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
So he used Asanga, Master Vasabandhu, and Master Vasabandhu.
Yeah, that's a little confusing, right? I gotta look up Shejar, okay? I'll have to do it later. Okay. It might be a separate commentary. You know?
Of us.
Well, by somebody. Anyway, the point is he's using other texts. Other ancient texts. Dang. I will also use my Lamesum.
The word
Mama's
is
word.
Yeah. And I will write down this Sawa.
This main word.
Yeah, I will explain those points in this Sawa. Okay.
Yep.
Lamesum natene dirshaja. I will. What will he explain here? Then you have to go back to the first line.
The very hard points of the
Yeah.
conceptualists.
Yeah.
Major works of the conceptualists.
Yeah, good. So to get, I will explain here. You have to refer back to the first line. I will explain those points here. And in English, it's not nice that there's 4 lines apart. Okay, those points, blah 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 blah. I will explain. Okay. All right. This is like Orit's yoga class. Why?
Did you feel so good after you're done?
Yeah, it's like Bob Harper. You start out going like this, you know, and you're like, this is not so hard. Okay. This is not so hard. I can do this. But he's about to hit us.
With Judemi Pabakchak.
This, I think we have real hope here. Now, I'm not sure because I haven't been through the whole book, but, you know, I don't see any other way we're going to figure this out.
Sashi
Puki Jukshi Meto Drum Rira Lingshin Yinde Gembadi Sangye Shindu Mikte Uwargi Dokun Namda Shingla Chuparshok Idam Guru Ratna Mandala Kandiryatayami
Gewa
Digewokun Sunam Yeshe Sososhin Sunam Yeshe Lechun